I like samurai games. I also really like ninjas. Really, I just like games that are set in Japan because they're awesome. Franchises like Onimusha, Ninja Gaiden, Tenchu, and even fighting game franchises like Samurai Showdown. And if you clicked on this video, chances are you're really excited for the game we're gonna talk about today, and that game is Rise of the Ronin. But before we get started in the video, if you like this type of content, please consider Wait, hold on. Just stop. What did I do? You're not gonna do the typical YouTuber thing, are you? You know, asking people to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so they never miss a video? Don't do it. Don't you dare do it. Shut your face. Just shut your face. Let the good people of the internet watch the video and even see if they like your ass before they subscribe. If you owned a restaurant, you wouldn't ask your customers to come back before they even tried the food, right? You're literally pulling a DoorDash right now. You're literally asking people to leave a tip before they even get the service. So just stop. Let them watch the video, talk about what you're going to talk about, and then you ask them. All right. Okay, all right. Fine. Good. Just stop. Back to the video. Talk about the video. I'm not gonna, just leave me alone. Let me make my video. You're making me nervous. People don't come here to hear you talk about, ooh, subscribe to the channel. They come here because they want to talk about the game. So let's talk about the game. God, you entitled YouTubers, it drives me nuts, man. I would have clicked off already if I was other people. I'm just saying, you're doing it wrong. I'm watching you. I won't do it. I was gonna do it, but now I'm not gonna do it. I've been a big fan of games set in Japan for many, many years, and you've seen the franchises that I've talked about, whether it's Onimusha or Ninja Gaiden or Samurai Showdown or all the others that, you know, fall under that category. I love these games. They're a lot of fun. The combat is usually really great. The story, the mythology, the lore is so rich and just amazing. But the one game that has literally captivated me, and I'm sorry guys, I'm late to the party. I've been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. This game right here is mind-blowing, and most people know that, right? Because it's such a popular title. It's a big game, and most people love this game and have played it at this point. But I'm kind of new, and I have to tell you, it's one of the most captivating stories and games that I've played in a very long time. If you're a fan of Tenchu or Onimusha or Sekiro or Nioh, chances are you've played Ghost of Tsushima by Sucker Punch. Ghost of Tsushima was released in 2020, and if you ask me, this should have been Game of the Year, but that's my own personal opinion, not to take away from The Last of Us 2, but this game really is amazing, and I absolutely love every minute of it. This game reminds me of playing a Middle-earth game, you know, like Shadows of Mordor or Shadows of War as far as combat goes, or maybe even a little Assassin's Creed-ish, but with a compelling, amazing, in-depth story set in a beautiful location. In this game, you play as Jin Sakai, and the whole story, without any spoilers, is just so awesome to me. And it had me on the edge of my seat the entire time I was playing it. Like, honestly, guys, Ghost of Tsushima, and don't judge me in the comments, though some of you probably will, it was one of those games that just made me very emotional, and there were parts that actually made me tear up a little bit, if I'm being completely honest, and I can't remember a game that has done that to me ever. And I'm not gonna spoil those parts for you. Go and play the game yourself if you haven't already, but man, I'm playing this game on my PlayStation 5 right now, and it's blowing me away. But if you keep up with gaming news and new games that are coming to the market, you've probably heard of Rise of the Ronin. Rise of the Ronin is created by Team Ninja, and Team Ninja is pretty well known, I would say, because they've created franchises like Ninja Gaiden or Dead or Alive, and they also created the Nioh franchise. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest and transparent with you guys. I've never played the Nioh games. I actually have a copy coming in the mail. And if I'm being completely honest, I've also never played Sekiro, and I know that's not made by Team Ninja. It's a Souls game that's made by From Software, but I've never played either one of those games for one specific reason. I'm dog shit at Souls-like games. I said it. I'm being honest. It's not that they're bad games. It's not that I think I would dislike them. I'm just not good at them. Souls-like games are hard for the sake of being hard, and when you complete certain parts of those games, it feels very rewarding. Trust me, I played through Elden Ring, but Team Ninja has a lot of great titles under their belt, so when I heard that they were coming out with another samurai-esque game that's actually coming out on March 22nd, I was excited and I wanted to look into it, and I saw some gameplay footage and trailers for the game, and it looks pretty good, man. Now, I'm not sure. I looked this up online, and you can let me know down in the comments, but is this a Souls-like game? Because I haven't really seen a definitive answer online. Like, is it going to be more like Sekiro or Nioh? Or is it going to be more story-driven and a lot easier to play and user-friendly like a Ghost of Tsushima or an Onimusha or an Assassin's Creed game? Now, Ghost of Tsushima is amazing. The bar is set. It is up here after that game released. And my question is, will Rise of the Ronin be able to compete with Ghost of Tsushima? And honestly, that depends on a few things. If the game is hard just for the sake of being hard, like Nioh, but without a really captivating story to back it up, I don't think it will be as successful as Ghost of Tsushima. But if they give us a game that has a compelling story that draws you in and makes you care about the characters, care about the world, this game could be amazing. Another thing to note is that Ghost of Tsushima and Rise of the Ronin are set in completely different time periods. Ghost of Tsushima takes place during the Mongol invasion of Tsushima back in the 1200s. Weird to say the 1200s out loud, but that's what it says on paper. Whereas Rise of the Ronin takes place in the mid to late 1800s, I believe 1868 or 65, something like that. So you're gonna see very different things from Ghost of Tsushima, like for example, guns. You're going to see guns in Rise of the Ronin. You're also gonna see very different types of attire and outfits that are being worn throughout the world. And there was a lot of mechanics from the trailers and gameplay footage that are vastly different than Ghost of Tsushima. Like in Rise of the Ronin, it looks like you get things like a paraglider, which is kind of cool, and it seems more Assassin's Creed-ish. I don't know. And the combat honestly didn't strike me as a straight up Souls-like game. It struck me as more of a hack and slash kind of Devil May Cry-esque style of fighting. And I could be completely wrong about that, but that's just what it looked like. The game is very beautiful from what I've seen. It looks really, really good, no different than Ghost of Tsushima. So that's a plus. That's something that it has in its corner, and I'm all here for it. But for me personally, I feel like a good, compelling story and awesome combat and gameplay mechanics go hand in hand. And I feel like for a game to be great, not just good, but great, they have to have both elements working in tandem together. But I think the reason why the general consensus is that Ghost of Tsushima is by far the best samurai-esque game is because of its story. So Rise of the Ronin has some big shoes to fill if they're trying to compete with games like Ghost of Tsushima, and you already know that we're going to get a sequel. Now, I am going to get Rise of the Ronin on release day. That's without a question. I'm so pumped after playing Ghost of Tsushima that I just want something to fill that void. No different than me picking up Avowed or Dragon's Dogma 2 later this year, because I need to scratch that Skyrim itch. But will I be disappointed? Will I be let down by Rise of the Ronin? And I don't know. I mean, it looks good, and I am curious to know what you guys think. Will Rise of the Ronin fall short like Team Ninja's game Wo Long that, I played some of it and it's a lot of fun. It's really hard if you ask me, but again, I'm dog shit at Souls-like games, but I thought it was a beautiful, fun game. But will it fall short to a lot of people the same way Wo Long did? And honestly, I guess we won't know until March 22nd when the game comes out and people start playing it. But I love to talk about these things because these are the types of games I like to play, and millions of other people love to play them too. So when we get a game that is basically competing with Ghost of Tsushima or competing against games like Nioh or Tenchu or Ninja Gaiden or Sekiro, like they're all in the same family, but we want to talk about them because we like these types of games. Now, one thing, and this is just personal preference when it comes to playing Rise of the Ronin, I am not a huge fan of guns being in games like this, but I get it. It's basically the time period and it makes sense, right? So of course it's going to have guns. But I'm more of the bow and arrow and swords kind of guy. That's just me personally, and that's why I think I like Ghost of Tsushima so much. So in conclusion, guys, if Rise of the Ronin wants to succeed, if it wants to appeal to the masses who love these types of games, the bar is set pretty high. It's going to have amazing combat and gameplay mechanics set in a beautiful world with amazing graphics, but ultimately it's going to have a story that draws people in and keeps people interested through the entire game. Now, I know that I've been asking a lot of questions about Rise of the Ronin, but I mean, the thing is Ghost of Tsushima isn't without faults. Trust me, there's a lot of points in the game where it feels very repetitive. The combat feels very repetitive until you start unlocking new stances or new moves or new weapons. And Ghost of Tsushima can feel very fetch questy at times, where you're literally going around and doing the fox dens, or you're finding the hot springs or doing the haikus. And if you're a completionist who wants to platinum the game, you have to do those things, right? It comes with the territory. But at the same time, when I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, I didn't mind doing these things because I felt like I was getting stronger and developing my character more and more throughout the game and unlocking more parts of the story, which I think is an awesome element to the game. I really think it helps the immersion of the game, where I mean, technically you don't have to do all of the side quests, but if you do, you get to really learn about the world and its people. And honestly, some of the side stories are absolutely amazing. And one of the side stories in particular is one of the things that made me tear up and cry and make me care about this side character. So games like this makes me want to explore and see the world and experience it. And I think that's another key thing that Rise of the Ronin is going to have to do with side quests and world building. They're going to have to create these compelling side stories that makes you want to explore and experience the game as a whole. And if it can do that, it's going to be great. If it can't do that, it's going to fall flat and it's going to feel lackluster. But all in all, I hope that Rise of the Ronin is absolutely awesome, because who knows when we're getting Ghosts of Tsushima Part 2. And if I'm being completely honest, I mean, we don't even know when Ghosts of Tsushima is actually coming to PC, because they've been talking about it forever. And I held off playing the game as long as I could because I wanted to play it on PC, no different than Horizon Zero Dawn or God of War. So I bit the bullet and I played it on my PS5, and I don't regret it, because Ghosts of Tsushima should have been Game of the Year in 2020. So I don't know, man. Rise of the Ronin has big shoes to fill. Will it succeed? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you're excited about this game, because I am. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But whether or not it can compete as a Game of the Year contender, I don't know, because there's a lot of competition this year. And if Ghost of Tsushima couldn't do it, I don't think Rise of the Ronin can either. That doesn't mean it's not going to be great. Also, let me know down in the comments, what are some ninja or samurai games that are your favorites that you wish would make a comeback in the future? But thank you guys for sticking with me through this video and hearing me ramble on about video games, because it's a passion of mine and I absolutely love doing it. And hold on, can I do the thing now? Yeah, go ahead. I guess it's all right. Thanks. Frickin' Nintendo people, man, I swear, they just think they run the world. So if you liked the video, please consider hitting that subscribe button, liking the video, hitting the notification bell for future videos, and getting notified when they drop, because I love making content for you guys and I love talking about games. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Until next time, everybody. What did you just say about Nintendo? Nothing. Nothing. That's what I thought. Jeez.